So Jessie and I are working on her strengthening her sit, her down, and her stay. Her sit is very good. She actually does not need a treat anymore for sit. However, when you introduce kind of a new concept with the old, you want to start bringing the treats back in so that she stays motivated. And in this case, stand, stand. I want her to sit with me back a little bit. Sit, sit. Yes, good girl. Okay, come here. Because ideally you want to be able to say sit from a distance. Stay there. Sit. Jessie, sit. And see, to her that's different. Sit. She's thinking about it. Come a little closer. Sit. Come on. Sit. Sit. Jessie, sit. Yes, good girl. But it is more difficult for her because she's used to having the sit command from here, up close. And as soon as you put a little bit of distance into it, she's like, is this new? Is this something different? So I had a treat in my hand and I reminded her I had it. She was looking at it. She was thinking about it. And then she sat. And you want to gradually get more and more distance so that eventually you can be clear back here and say sit and have her sit. Now, one thing that you'll find is that when you say sit, she might scooch forward. And that's again because of that comfort of being right there when you say sit. But ideally, you want her to stay back and not inch forward, so you're going to correct with an to tell her not to scooch forward. And then see if she'll get the idea that she's supposed to stay where she is and then sit. Stay. Sit. Sit. Jessie, sit. Come on, you can do it. Sit. And you want to give her enough time to think about it. Sit. Jessie, look, look. Yes, good girl. So it is kind of hard for her. She's looking at me like I'm an alien. Stay. And the same thing goes with down. So she's got a good down. Down. Yes. And she doesn't need a treat for it there. However, come here, girl. If we, again, put some distance in, stay. Sit. Nope. Okay. Down. She's not as confident about it. Yes, good girl. But putting a little bit of distance in is a little bit hard for her, but she got it. Come here. Okay. Sit. I'm going to put a little more. She's anticipating. You ready? Down. Yes, good girl. And so in that case, I am giving her a reward because I'm making it more difficult for her. Ready? We'll go a little further. Look. Down. Down. And again, she scooches forward. I'm going to correct her. Good girl. Sit. Jessie, look. Sit. Come on. Sit. Good girl. Down. Yes. Good job. That was very good. So again, the ideal thing is to have her at a distance so that you can be clear across the room and say down and have her go to a down without question. She is probably 80% reliable on her sitting down, so there's still room for some improvement, but I would say she's definitely got them pretty good. So she came here, knowing those, so we're just making it more difficult for her. Come here, girl. So now we're going to add in stay. So first with a sit. Good girl. Stay. And when you're teaching and practicing stay, you're going to first start with a duration of time that you want her to stay. So you might count to 10, you might count to 20, 30, whatever it may be, to see if she'll just stay there. And then you can kind of build from there when you practice. And if you log that time, stay. If you log that time, then you can see the progression of her skill. Stay. Technically, a stay means you stay in the sit. You don't go to a down. Come here, go. But she was getting comfortable because she had been there for a while. Sit. Stay. I'm not going to be picky because she is getting comfortable and staying, and they're more likely to stay if they're in a down. Yes, good girl. So that was a good duration of time. She probably did 20 seconds. Now what we want to do is add in some distance. So once you get the time so it's nice and strong, and she can actually stay for quite a while. She's really pretty good at it. Come here. Come. You get lazy on me? Come on. Okay, ready? Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Down. Stay. So I'm doing this is my hand signal for stay. Backing up, and I'm going to take a couple steps back. You don't want to go too far too fast or you will set her up for failure. We always want to set her up for success. Yes, good girl. Now come back to her and reward her. Come on. And release her from her stay. Come here, girl. A lot of times we forget that crucial part of releasing. Come on, girl. Come. Jessie, you're getting tired. Come on. Get up. Up, 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 up. And sometimes you got to up your energy. Come on. To get her excited about learning. Good girl. All right. Ready? Ready? Come here. Sit. Down. Stay. Now with her, I've been working on how long she stays and what distance I can be at staying or having her stay. And she does very well. I can get clear across the room and she'll stay. So then what you do is you add in difficulty. Come back here. She's just trying to, there's a cat over there. Come here. Sit. 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 Down. Stay. So once she has a good duration and a good distance, now you're going to add in distractions. And distractions can be big things, little things. It can be very simple. It could be just walking around the room. It can even be changing your elevation. Stay. Sometimes a dog will think that when you sit down that it's okay to get up. Stay. Notice I don't say stay, 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 stay. A lot of people make that mistake of saying stay, 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 stay. And that actually excites the dog, and a lot of times the dog will get up. But if I'm going to change elevation or walk around or something, I'll give her kind of a reminder stay. But I don't want to say it too often. Come here. If she breaks her stay, come here, go. Come. Come. Jessie. She thinks I dropped something. Sit. Jessie, look. Jessie, look. Look. Come here. Jessie. Look. Look. I gotta remind her I have treats. Sit. Jessie, sit. Sit. Hey. Sit. Come on. Sit. Come. I use an when she does opposite of what I want. Sit. No. Come. Jessie. Come. Sit. Look at me. Look. Good girl. Down. Stay. And you can also go out of sight, like behind a wall, behind a door, where she can't see you. Yes, good girl. Okay, come here. Good girl. If she fails repeatedly, like 3 times, then you've gone too far. You've made it too difficult. So you want to kind of back it up and do it a little bit easier. Sit. Look at me. Sit. Jessie, sit. Down. Down. Good girl. Yes. Stay. I use the word yes as a marker instead of like a clicker. So when they go into the position you want, for instance, a down, as soon as the elbows are on the ground, you mark it with a yes, and then she knows she did the right thing. Or if she doesn't do it, like I said before, say and she will kind of redirect her attention when she hears Good girl. Yes. Okay, come. Good girl. So we release her from her stay. Yes, good job. And give her lots of love and praise for that. Some butt scratches and all that good stuff. Good girl.